Okay, welcome to this product review. First impressions. Just recently bought this 4Ground Polish rural dwelling kit from my local hobby store. It's a fairly substantial kit as far as amount of pieces and all it looks like. Difficulty rating is a 4 on their 5-point scale, so it's essentially requires glue and tweezers and there's a lot of steps. I bought this, well, primarily because I have a Mordheim ward band that just bought a farmhouse. Found a farmhouse to renovate and settle into. And I thought this would be kind of a nice centerpiece for that particular base, like encampment. So this is just the start of what I'm hoping will be several kits that will end up being a nice little farmstead where I can actually have a Mordheim base of operations. So anyway, let's take a look at see what we've got in the bag and see what my impressions are as I first open this up. The instructions themselves are it's all in pictures, which I guess isn't a bad thing. Very, very specific and detailed. There's a lot of parts. Looking at this, it looks kind of self-explanatory. I'm hoping it'll actually be as easy as to follow the instructions as I think it will be. Alright, let's take a look at the parts of the kit. There's a lot to this. Wow. Okay. Alright, first of all, this is a pre-painted kit. So I guess there's some good and bad to that. Looks like, yeah, on this wall you can see around all the cuts, there's some scorching, which that's what happens with laser cuts. Now down at the bottom of the wall, that actually adds very, very well to the weathering look of it. Even on the side here, you get a lot of dust and debris, basically accumulating in corners like that. Not so much up here on where the roof would be, or the top sill, and definitely along the tops and side here. The way the scorch is coming off at a 90-degree angle, that's a little too much. Let's figure out a way to kind of hide that and mask it, or diminish that effect a little bit. It's okay to have a little bit of that debris, dirt, dust look, but that's just a little bit too much. They look like they're ready to pop out pretty easily. Here's doors, a couple different door frames. They already have the cracks painted in there. It's not that bad. Alright, looks like now we got the roof, nice solid roof pieces. Yes, there's some people like MDF, some don't. I've heard both good and bad about it. Obviously it's not going to have a lot of detail because it is just a blank board, composite board, but it looks like the details have actually been cut in, laser cut into the surface. So yeah, I would say it's a kind of a mediocre wood grain look to it. My background of model building as far as buildings goes is more in the railroad hobby, model railroading, and there you're using a lot of scale lumber, so the wood detail is pretty extreme. You actually use board by board construction in a lot of cases, or siding that's scribed and already has the wood grain in it, and you just use stains and what to enhance that. This they actually had to burn in the various lines and such. In several cases, I don't know if you can actually see, you can see through it a little bit, a couple gaps, and that's kind of a nice effect. Now that's the base, the actual foundation of the building itself. Okay. Yeah, some of these pieces are ready to fall out. Wow, that's some nice window details there. I don't know how fragile that is, but that's almost as fine details as I would find in some of my scale models in the railroad buildings. For example, if suppliers like Grant Line and Campbell scale models even. That looks pretty good. Whoops, that one actually is very easy to pop out in this case. So there's a wall that this actually has texture, wood texture, This must, I wonder if this is an interior wall. Can't quite tell. I will look at it later. But that looks like it already has texture to it. That's actually promising. I mean, I was not expecting that level of detail on a model kit like this. You know, from again what I heard from reviews online and friends of mine, wasn't expecting that kind of detail. It actually, on again first impressions, looks pretty good. Some good stuff there too. All right. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the the way the building is designed, you can see up here in the second story or attic. There's on the outside you've got the wood boards, and then below is the plaster coated walls. So here is the actual part for the boards, the board by board A-frame section. So that actually is, and it's actually, if you tell, a different color. So you've already have that color contrast, which is kind of nice to already have there. You don't have to worry about painting it differently. However, in this case, though, the board detail is a little bit light, sparse, I should say. I may take some sort of a knife to and etch it, scratch it a bit to force some more grain detail in there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Wow, nice long walls. Oh, these are the interior walls, I guess. Yeah, because these are the exterior. Huh. It's exterior here with the plaster, and it's interior. I guess that is supposed to be wood. I don't know. I'll have to take a, well, like I said, I'll look at the instruction. I'll actually build it, and we'll see what it really turns out to be like. Oh, yeah, here's some more. These very easy to come out. That's nice. I like that. Because the last thing I want to do is break pieces as they come out of the card. Now this is for, these are the frames for the porch. And I like how close the grain is. They actually etched in with laser the wood grain, and that looks really, really, really good. Yeah, I'm pleased with that at all. Yes, here is the guy at the hobby shop, I guess. He calls it fake teddy bear fur, and I guess that's really what it is. It's a fake fur. A little on the curly side in places. Probably have to take a comb to that, straighten it out. I don't know yet. I'll have to play with it and figure out what I'm going to do. But I don't know if you can see, it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. Not much. I'd call it a satin finish. Thatch definitely needs to be a full-on flat matte finish. So it probably will need, especially since it's so soft. Once it's in place, I'll probably hit it with a dull coat or a matte varnish to, number one, dull it down, make sure it is a flat finish, and number two, stiffen it up and hold it in place, almost like a hairspray, if you will. But yeah, I'll have to see how I actually intend to put it together. It's kind of hard to tell from the side. Looks like they've got some sort of an overlap going on in the kit, but I can't imagine how they do that with only this much material. We'll have to see. But actually, that does look like, looks promising when it comes to some thatch. But it will take some work, I think, to get those to be straight. Okay. Here's some interior details. There's a part of an oven. It's the open hearth of the oven. That might be a porch awning. There might be something inside the building. Now these are the window curtains. I don't know if I'll use these specific. Oh no, these are shutters. Yeah, these are actually shutters. Huh. I don't know if I'll keep them blue like that, but that is a nice little detail. Very thin. I was actually pleased by that. Good detail on that. I hope you can see that. Okay. There's some door and window frames both. Again, that's nice to offer that accent around the, yeah, right up in here. You'll see right up in there. There's the sill, window sill, and it's got that blue color to it. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's, yeah, it almost doesn't stay in anymore. Look at that. Nice brickwork. That would be, and it's even a fieldstone color. So again, they did a good job pre-painting it to match the type of details they are. Yeah, so it's a good gray flagstone. And even the etching, the scorching from the laser is not dramatic at all here, and actually simply adds to the depth. Yeah, I'm pretty good with that. This is actually feeling a little hard to punch out, so we'll have to see how these work. But that one's about ready to come out. That one, yep, same thing. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Oh, those are the chimney. That's what that's for. Okay, well, let's see what that is. And those are the A-frames that go on the end of the house. See right there. We've got some very nice detailed scroll work along it. Now, it's not really scroll work, but it's, it's the angle and the geometric patterns there in there. That is really nice. It's very clear without being too garish. I think it's very, very nice. Overall, I think it has a lot of potential to being a really nice kit, both inside and out. Yeah, I'm hoping it is actually as easy to follow these instructions as some picture instructions should be. I've built some model airplanes that are from Hasegawa or Bandai, and all of them come in Japanese. There's no English at all. It's all Japanese characters, but the drawings were very, very detailed and very easy to follow. So I'm hoping this is going to be very much the same way, even though there are no verbal instructions at all. Huh. All right, so that is the 4Ground's Polish rural dwelling, and again, I think this will fit in real well for my Mordheim, their farmhouse, their little encampment. And this actually is designed to represent most Eastern European buildings. This is part of 4Ground's World War II line, but obviously, these buildings have been around for a couple centuries. So anything from about 1700s on, maybe late 1700s, 1800s forward, that would be the architecture. So you could do 28 millimeter Napoleonic wars possibly here. All right. Well, hope you got a good idea of what is all in this kit. Like I said, after I actually build this, I'll have another product review video kind of talking through my experience with building it and the challenges and the pros and cons of the kit itself. Well, hope this goes as well as I think it will. All right, thanks for watching. Go ahead and share, like, and subscribe if you will. And I'll see you next time. Bye.